Thank you. Thank you very much, everybody.
With Trump's election for president, not only Hillary Clinton and the Democrats are the losers. Hollywood, that predominantly supported the Democrats in the campaign, seemed to have lost as well. Hollywood positioned itself in various ways.
I think that man will be president of the United States right about the time that spaceships come down filled with dinosaurs and red capes.
Even in a new form of political campaign film.
Punk, he's a dog, he's a pig, he's a con, a bullshit artist, a mutt who doesn't know what he's talking about, doesn't do his homework.
But Hollywood didn't use what it can do best, telling a story on film. For example, about populism or about the phenomenon Trump. Or did we miss something? To start with, Hollywood actually has never been more political. There's to mention the Netflix series House of Cards, that portrays the political business in Washington as cynical, power-driven and corrupt. The issues of the ordinary men are kicked with both feet.
This is the worst possible position to be in. If I water down the bill, the president will still see me as a failure. If the strike doesn't end in a week, I've forced myself into a corner. Only total victory will put me back in his good graces. The alternative is exile, which would mean the last...
There could be an argument that a series like House of Cards has fueled the anti-Washington sentiment that swept Trump into the office.
Because today, we are not merely transferring power from one administration to another, or from one party to another, but we are transferring power from Washington, D.C., and giving it back to you, the people.
In the first decade of this century, the series West Wing was much more appreciative of the work of the White House, but the horse trading among the Congress members and the White House staff also didn't help to strike a chord with the ordinary man. In addition, West Wing's President Jed Bartlett, despite being one of the few real intellectuals among America's state leaders, was not flawless.
No, I really can't. It's high security, to say nothing of...
To say nothing of what?
If I tell you I intend to commit a crime, you're required by law to report it.
Also here, the audience could come to the conclusion that someone from outside might be best suited to clean up Washington. This is nothing new. Already in the 30s and 40s after the Depression, Washington was portrayed as disassociated and away from the problems of the ordinary man. In Frank Capra's Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, James Stewart's character Jefferson Smith becomes senator to fight for the interest of his constituency. It is an uphill battle, but as opposed to the recent TV series, he succeeds, and with him the system. Now we are confronted with Mr. Trump going to Washington. I have not found recent examples of Hollywood warning of self-made politicians. I needed to go back to 1949 and Robert Rossum's All the King's Men. Based on the Pulitzer Prize-winning novel of the same title, it's a story of an idealistic fighter who learns how to win the masses with populist messages.
Now listen to me, you hicks. Yeah, you're hicks too, and they fooled you 1,000 times just like they fooled me. But this time I'm gonna fool somebody. I'm gonna stay in this race. I'm on my own and I'm out for blood. Now listen to me, you hicks. Listen to me and lift up your eyes and look at God's blessed and unfly-blown truth.
The film does not stop there. It shows the disregard for the institutions and the suppression of the opposition with the power of the popular support.
This is a farce. To ask us to vote in the face of the kind of intimidation and pressure that has been exerted here in the past few weeks. Even that crowd outside yelling on cue is part of that pressure.
In the light of the Trump's negative campaign, especially this credo of the candidate sounds very relevant.
Remember, it's not I who have won, but you. Your will is my strength, and your need is my justice. And I shall live in your right and your will. And if any man tries to stop me from fulfilling that right and that will, I'll break him. I'll break him with my bare hands, for I have the strength of many.
What truly matters is not which party controls our government, but whether our government is controlled by the people. January 20th, 2017 will be remembered as the day the people became the rulers of this nation again.
In another movie, Frank Capra, who also made Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, showed what could be if a rich capitalist takes over power in a town. Fortunately, it was just imagined and it helped to save the main character George Bailey. 40 years later, the film Gremlins referred to It's a Wonderful Life. In part, Gremlins 2 even got inspired by the property tycoon Mr. Drum.
Welcome to the Clamp Entry-Matic, a revolution in revolving door precision and efficiency.
Building in America with the latest in security, communications, and climate control. Now, the center is just one part of Mr. Clamp's round-the-world business network, which includes construction, sports, finance, and, of course, a popular line of jams and jellies.
Okay, Siri, you have to get down. Get down.
Mr. Clamp. Sir. I'm Marla Bloodstone. I'm the department head here. If there's anything at all
That's okay. Everybody just relax and go on about what you'd be doing normally. Hey, I know I haven't been down here before, but that's going to change. I'm going to be more hands-on with these operations from now on.
In addition to being TV host of the TV show The Apprentice, Trump appeared in numerous films and shows in cameo role.
Randall? Donald.
Mr. Trump here wrote The Art of the Deal. Then he wrote a new bestseller, The Art of the Comeback.
2 books. Wow.
He would be up for a joke and added a little bit of glamour as celebrity. He could present himself as down-to-earth chap, which helped him in the campaign. Maybe there will be a Gremlins 3 where the Gremlins meet Clamp again, this time as president.
What is that? It's one of those things. They come in electric, too? They do now.
It will be darker. Already in Gremlins 2 there was a sense of the end of the world we know.
Because of the end of civilization, the Clamp Cable Network now leaves the air. We hope you have enjoyed our programming, but more importantly, we hope you have enjoyed life.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Let's see what the future holds.
Spreading the news. I'm leaving today.